Hi everyone. So I did my presentation on Charles A. Ellwood on revolution. So just some information about the author. The author of this passage is Charles A. Ellwood. The title is Charles A. Ellwood on Revolution, and it was published in 1905. The first original copy of this is from an article entitled A Psychological Theory of Revolutions, which was found in the American Journal of Sociology in 1905. Charles Ellwood was also the 14th president of the American Sociological Society in 1924. Although his main area of study was sociology, he also had a background in economics. He graduated from Cornell University in 1896, and he eventually earned his PhD at the age of 26. During the introduction, Ellwood examines the large-scale socio-political revolution in America from a sociological viewpoint. He also demonstrates the relevancy of American sociology to phenomena by developing his theoretical beliefs on revolution. This passage outlines Ellwood's theory on revolution and originally comes from an article titled A Psychological Theory of Revolutions, which was written by Charles A. Ellwood, and it was published in the American Journal of Sociology. A Psychological Theory of Revolutions is a more in-depth article about the theories on revolution and why they are considered psychological. In Ellwood's text, Charles A. Ellwood on Revolution, he begins by discussing the impact of social movements and how they can create a shift in social order. Ellwood discusses these shifts as a change in the leading ideas, beliefs, and sentiments upon which the social order rests. Ellwood refers to his theories about revolutions as something that is psychological. This is because he believed environmental factors and universal forms are intertwined with social occurrences. He also claimed that the concept of psychology would help to interpret all mental life in terms of habit and adaptation and the new psychological sociology. Because of psychological explanation, trying to defend social occurrences in terms of external causes is not good enough in a sense because having that psychological explanation for the social phenomenon is what builds these theories on revolution. Ellwood believed that the nature of this theory is that revolutions are disturbances in the social order due to the sudden breakdown of social habits under conditions which make difficult the reconstruction of those habits, that is, the formation of a new social order. In other words, revolutions arise through certain interferences or disturbances in the normal process of the readjustment of social habits. He strongly believed that habit and adaptation have social consequences and fundamental categories for interpreting the social life process. Ellwood then shifts gears in his passage and begins to discuss the product of conditions in revolutionary times, referring to the dictatorship. The author believed this outcome would occur often, due to humanity having social stresses and strains, usually those accompanying prolonged war, or, in other words, when a strong centralized system of social control becomes necessary. And I also included an image with a famous quote from Albert Einstein that states, "Dictatorship introduces the muzzle, and this produces stupidity. Science can flourish only in an atmosphere of free speech." He believed that revolution is both impossible and inevitable. He explains, "It is evident that according to our theory, revolution is impossible in a perfectly flexible and adaptable type of social organization. On the other hand, revolution is inevitable, barring foreign conquest, in those types of social and political organization which do not change with changing life conditions. Thus, from a purely theoretical point of view, everything seems clear. Obviously, since we do not live in a perfectly flexible society, difficulties can occur with these principles are applied to societies like China and Russia. What I took from this is that social inflexibility can lead to revolution, and a society's social structure can predict the chances of revolutions than others. Characteristics such as susceptibility and flexibility are essential values for a society in order to shift and make changes without any damage being done. Ellwood concludes the passage with, "It is that quality in institutions which enables them to change and still persist, which converts their equilibrium into a moving equilibrium, and which makes possible their adaptation to both internal and external modification, to changes in both individual character and the environment." Thank you.